The state of Florida just keeps winning when it comes to rescuing children. They just rescued 60 children. You heard that right. 60 children. Hillsborough County was where this was. This was called Operation Dragon Eye. And the children ranged from ages 9 to 17. It was led by the US Marshals Office. Uh, let's see here. The list is wild. Florida Attorney General's Office was involved. Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Florida Department of Children and Families. Florida Department of Juvenile Justice. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Pasco Sheriff's Office. Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. St. Petersburg Police Department. Tampa Police Department. Baycare Bridging Freedom. Bridges of Hope. Children's Home Network. Children's Network of Hillsborough County. Family Support Services. Pasco, Pinellas Counties. More to Life. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and Redefining Refuge. Yep, all of them were involved in rescuing 60 children. So let's let you hear the news broadcast from the area on this one. And also, if you like hearing ones like this, hit like and subscribe. I am trying to grow myself up to 1,000. So here we go. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
Well, tonight, a rare, unfiltered look inside the largest child recovery operation in U.S. history.
60 children and teens being trafficked in Tampa Bay are safer tonight. US Marshals led a 2-week operation to recover critically missing and endangered children. The Marshals, along with local law enforcement agencies, were able to locate the missing kids ages 9 to 17. And police also made 8 arrests.
The number is not just a statistic, it represents a life and a future that was given one more chance.
And we are giving you an inside look. Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis spent a day with the Marshals and a team of detectives on the front lines of a missing child investigation. What she witnessed, you'll see for yourself. Here's an exclusive look of that search.
The search for a missing child takes investigators to all kinds of streets, alleyways, and motels.
Can I give you my number? So you call me, you see her?
Since 2015, the U.S. Marshals, known for their ability to find wanted fugitives, have been using their investigative skills to recover critically missing kids.
You got a minor in your house, bro.
Over the course of 2 weeks, the Marshals teamed up with detectives in Tampa, Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, and St. Pete, as well as Pasco County, to find kids in dangerous situations. We joined up with the Tampa team, made up of TPD detectives from the Special Victims Unit and U.S. Deputy Marshal Paul Cherasi.
First one's a 15-year-old female. It's been missing since the beginning of April. We got some leads that she might be in the West Tampa area, so we're going to be following up there today, seeing if we can locate her.
The team has been looking for a missing 15-year-old girl. We're calling her Paula.
We believe that they're in a company with adults who are aiding them, hiding them, providing them resources such as food and housing.
Detectives say she ran away from her mom's home, and the task force is concerned for her safety.
Common sense would dictate that adults who are not relatives do not take care of other people's children for nothing. They're getting something in return. So due to that, we have serious concerns that there may be exploitation occurring.
Be in that area?
Okay.
So do that first.
The team got some good leads from a West Tampa neighborhood the day before and decide to keep working that area.
All right, so yeah, a couple blocks north.
Detective Tony Ortiz has been in contact with Paula's mom.
And that's very concerning for any parent. And she's been gone since April this time, and she hasn't run away that many times before.
They rely on information from the community, knocking on doors and just talking to people.
It's the girl they're looking for right here, supposed to be.
We just want to take her back to her mom, man.
I give him my number, and
Next, we check a corner store that has a camera outside. There's no video of her, but someone recognizes Paula's photo.
But she's been here by herself.
The task force says many of the children they're looking for during this operation are in the foster care system, and many find themselves running from something or towards something, but oftentimes get into a more dangerous situation.
Just because a young person ran away or just because someone asked them to leave, it doesn't make them any less at risk.
At a command center, partner agencies are gathering information and working leads on the missing kids to then pass on to the officers in the field.
We know that when kids are missing, kids are at risk.
Dr. Catherine Gomez is the director of human trafficking intervention for the Florida Department of Juvenile Justice. She says trafficking happens in every county and every city in Florida, where kids are exploited by adults in exchange for food, clothing, or shelter.
There are kids from here, born here, raised here. There are kids being exploited right here in Florida by fellow local people.
This operation, Operation Dragon Eye, started with a list of around 60 to 80 missing kids. When we visited the command center 8 days in, the count showed more than 40 had been found.
We've been worried about this kid. We've wondered where they've been and what they've been up to.
Gomez says after recovery, they work through next steps, which could include launching investigations into child abuse or other criminal investigations, and finding a safe place for the child. Underscoring this urgent search for these kids is what can happen if they aren't found. This year, 16-year-old Miranda Corset went missing. Gulfport police say she was chronically running away from her grandmother's home.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Police arrested 35-year-old Stephen Gress for allegedly beating her to death and then dismembering her body. In 2022, 14-year-old Alexia Alexander was found shot to death in East Tampa after running away from home. 44-year-old Ronnie Walker was arrested for her murder. So the marshals know after 3 months it is critical to find Paula.
One of the comments that we got from one of the guys on the street was that she's going to end up hurt or dead.
Yep, we might just suit up.
A few hours into the search, a new lead comes in. They have a location for her. The task force approaches the home.
Tampa police. Looking for her. Your information that she's here. Yes, sir.
Bro.
Tabian's here. What's your name, sir? She's here.
We know she's here.
We know she's here.
Hold on. Let me go check. I've been here all day.
Hold on. Don't close the door. Don't close the door.
Just have her come outside, bro.
That's it. That's all we want.
That's all we want.
We don't care about anybody else in the house.
And when detectives search inside, they find Paula.
We searched the house, knocked on the brother's door. Brother answered, and juvenile was hiding under his bed. Under his bed. So right now we're just gonna follow the investigation, see if we can make any arrests, and see where we can go from there.
2 men at the home claim they didn't know she was underage. And at this time, the task force doesn't have enough to make an arrest. But they say the investigation will continue.
We need to show to the court that he knew she was a minor. We're not there yet.
When we started this day, Detective Tony Ortiz shared with me his approach when he finds the teens.
And I'm gonna talk to her mostly as a father. Mostly as a father figure, not as a law enforcement officer. I'm gonna hear her out, see what she has to say.
And a few hours later, that is exactly what he was doing with Paula.
And your mom wants you back. You have to live your life you have to live your childhood. Don't skip on childhood. You're gonna miss out.
The next stop will be a special unit at St. Joseph's Hospital where Paula can receive physical and mental health services and the resources to perhaps find a safer path forward.
A lot of them don't have any hope, and that's what we're also doing with this operation is trying to instill hope.
In Tampa, Genevieve Curtis, Fox 13 News.
Well, today, Genevieve also spoke with U.S. Marshal William Berger, who used to be a foster parent and understands the environments that can cause children to run away in the first place. He says the risk for them running away is high.
What we've done is two-pronged. One is, again, being able to identify them, being able to save them, but then putting them in a process with, as mentioned, daycare and other facilities to help them both physically and psychologically. And hopefully we can turn it around. We're praying that if 50% of the children can be saved permanently, that's a tremendous success.
Tomorrow night, we're going to take you inside the hub where medical staff, advocates, and survivors of trafficking are providing help and resources to the children recovered during this operation.
This is why I want good cops out on the street. I want to get rid of these cops that can't handle being a cop, because there are people that are at risk, not just kids, but these kids right here, 60 kids rescued. Now, as you listen to it, and I saw comments on this, the the foster kid situation is bad. We need to fix that. These kids are taken from bad situations sometimes and put into even worse situations. Something needs to be done where these kids are not constantly being taken away from parents because of a bounty system. We need them, if they need to be taken, they need to be put into homes that aren't abusive. These folks that take these kids in only for the money, I've heard horror stories from the foster kid system. The foster care system is just, there are very good foster parents. Very good foster parents. I've met a few of them. I've been introduced to them. But there are just as many bad ones. And this leads to what you saw here. These kids needing to be rescued. Thankfully, Florida law enforcement, US Marshals got together and did what was necessary. Thankfully. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.